let them come back and force
Yeah,
OT.
they can score the ball. You know, Nesmith got loose. Halliburton hit big shots. You just can never let your guard down against them. No lead is safe.
Coach, Brunson had 4 fouls. You start him in the fourth quarter. What was your thinking about that?
Just, you know, the way the game was going and, you know, just a coach's decision.
Coach, on Obi's dunk, at that point, was the instructions to foul or just let him go to the hoop?
Yeah.
How disappointing is it, I guess, just the team played so well when Jalen got that fifth foul. You guys went on a 14-0 run. I know that obviously, as we saw, it doesn't end the game, but just that sort of momentum to not close this out.
Yeah, you know, there's obviously disappointment when you fall short, you know, but it doesn't. We have to take a look at the film, make our corrections, and then we got to change quickly for game 2. We got to be ready for game 2, and that's all you look at. So you have to take disappointment and turn that into more determination.
You guys have been on the other side of these in the last series, big fourth quarter comebacks. Just kind of, what did you see? Did you see a common denominator there down the stretch?
Yeah, just, you know, and again, your defense, you got to be able to count on your defense. You know, we missed some free throws. You know, we got to make sure we have awareness as to what's going on.
What do you think was the issue with letting Neesmith get loose at the end of the game?
You got too much airspace, you know, and some of it is transition, some of it is, you know, coming off pin downs, some of it communication. Want to take a look at the film.
Tom, on the other side of the ball, did you feel like guys got a little too loose in the final minutes offensively and a little sloppy with the ball?
Yeah, you know, the turnovers were costly, you know, so, and then they converted them into easy buckets, you know, so that sort of fueled their offense. That's what got them going again. You know, they started off the game, you know, in a good rhythm, and then, you know, we did much better as the half went on. And then, you know, down the stretch, we didn't do what we needed to do.
Coach, what do you do going into game 2 Friday to bounce back from this? What do you tell your guys to put this behind them?
Yeah, it's the same thing. You know, like there's a lot of emotional highs and lows in the playoffs. You got to bounce back quickly. You look at the film, make your corrections, get ready for game 2. And that's, you know, when you go into the playoffs, you lay out the plan of how you're going to approach the entire playoffs.